I figured I gave you guys enough content, but I guess I spoiled y'all. Say, where's Cino? Where's Cino? I'm like, my goodness. I mean, can I get caught up on some sleep? Can I rest? Can I recharge the battery? Maybe not. But let's look at this from a perspective that makes sense. Many of you will want to know what's at stake or what happened, right? Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna come back and get that. I'm gonna go grab some other stuff first. Now, what other people see as a problem, I see as a non-issue because I look at it as a distraction. For instance, distraction number one: the Kevin Hart roast. Bunch of nothing happening, bunch of people having fun in their profession. Comedians tell jokes that are off humor, not politically correct, and that's clearly fine by me. I can kill it. Now, I can see if you were not in a comedic setting or you were somewhere that you shouldn't be and you start talking the way you talk, then you must actually feel this way. And it's not a joke. This is how you feel. So then that takes on a life of its own. Now, with that also being said, here we go again, right? We're stuck in that same conundrum because all of these moving parts all play a role. Now, here we are stuck in this whole wherewithal of what's happening in Hollyweird. Now we have to make an example and get people upset about George Floyd and all of this nonsense that took place. Right? For no reason. Hey, how you doing, Ann? Now, all this is called selective outrage. But meanwhile, while this is happening, they're sitting there trying to find ways to discredit and lower your value right behind the scenes. Now, what was this roast about? Because it seemed like a roast, like I said, it used to happen years down the road. Like you had to have decades and decades in the game. Just like the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Somebody put 2 movies out, they on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Everything going quicker now. You had to really be somebody for that back in those days. Now, that didn't change. They just slap anybody on it. They be like, man, Kevin Hart is there already. How? Celebrity roast. They only did that for like actual great people. Why in the world are we doing this now for Kevin Hart? They're confused, but it's okay. It's all sponsored and paid for by who? Netflix. Who for some reason are in love with Kevin Hart. Who can't seem to sell movies. I mean, it's not me saying that. A lot of his movies just don't make money. So they stick him in movies that can't miss. Like an animated movie. Or next thing you know, he'll be an Avenger next. We gonna forget about Borderlands. Now, when someone consistently loses money for a studio, but for some reason keeps failing upwards, something is going on here. Then they come out and say, I've gone vegan. I don't eat meat. I'm totally vegan. So they come out and publicly make a declaration that they're not doing, like they're not doing all of this. You're like, well, what's that about? Why is that such a news topic? Why do you have to go public with the fact that you just basically gone vegan? Absolutely, right? Now, let's see where else that takes you. All right. It takes you to money. You got a big company. You got a vegan restaurant.
Hi.
Hey. All right.
What can I help you with?
I'm gonna take. All right.
Anything else?
That'll be all.
There you go. Enjoy.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Now, what I've seen constantly, like one of the biggest pushes you've ever want to see, is they come out with the Kevin Hart vegan restaurant. Now, when you think of vegan, you don't think of Kevin Hart. You just don't. So, you're automatically putting yourself up against it when you choose to go down a road such as that, right? Who thinks of Kevin Hart and being vegan? So now he's thinking because of his name power, this thing is gonna take off. And they knew nothing about the vegan industry. They thought we paid this guy a lot of money, who's a very good vegan chef. He's one of the best in the world. They're gonna come over. They're gonna come over and shop in my vegan spot. They're gonna want him to prepare their food because he's the vegan master. When it turned out, you're in California, buddy. A lot of people have a vegan chef in their house. All the people you know are not gonna go frequent your vegan spot because the ones who are vegan got people that prepare their vegan meals. And the general public who just happen to be vegan, well, let's just say they don't really go out to a lot of vegan restaurants. They got their spots. So, needless to say, that failed spectacularly bad. So he's up against it. So I'll see this whole rollout that they got in place. So what did they do? To say, hey, you got a lot of things you invested in. You're a good guy. We can use you. You're a company guy. We're going to use you to promote some of our up-and-coming non-funny white guys that we want to push over to the black people too. And we're going to see if we can use that to our advantage. So can we use you, Kevin? He was like, oh yeah, I'm your guy. Now, Kevin Hart has a lot of bills that are quite extensive. Not to say that the man is broke, but I'm just saying he pays for a lot of people. There's a lot of things going on. His company was losing a lot of money. He has a very bad gambling problem. So, what happened to Kev? Well, it's what happens to a lot of us when they get outside their body. When people start getting outside of their body, they start doing things that don't align with it. So he did the cardinal sin. He went and sold the rights to his name. Yep. Now, why would Kev sell the rights to his name? That means he negotiated a deal where he gets a percentage of his name. For what? For cash. Do you think he'll ever be able to buy back his name? No. Muhammad Ali did this thing. Mike Tyson did the same thing. That's what happens when you no longer have a team that can use you or know how to market you to perfection. So someone else has to take the Kevin Hart name that you built and move forward with it. No, he sold himself out, if anything. But he at least negotiated a better deal than Tyson and Ali and the rest of those. But who does this hurt? So what, he did it, right? Let me tell you who didn't do this. Nia Long. Nia Long did not play ball and sell the rights to her name. She still owns it. Because she did not do this, Sister Nia Long is being marginalized. They write bad things about her, even though a lot of it is true. But what she's saying on her side, to give her point of view, is that she doesn't ask for anything that a white actress or actor do not ask. If she's saying they don't know how to do my makeup and she wants to do her own makeup, it's because she wants to do her own makeup because they don't know what they're doing. So she was deemed as difficult, and she can be. But when you don't sell your name and play ball, you gotta make sure your cachet is up.
$46.18.
All right. All right, there we go. Now, thank you. Now, anyhow, I seem to know this off the top of my head. As you can see, y'all caught me in the middle of doing some shopping. And items that require my attention. Now, let's get to why we're here. Because everybody needs a why we're here moment. And while we're doing a why we're here moment, why would Kevin Hart agree to such egregious things? It don't seem to benefit him. Sounds very calculative. At the end of the day, they would be the ones that's out. Right, they would be the one that was sour about the situation. What comes along with this? A bunch of bad Netflix movies where Kevin Hart is making about 10 to 15 million. Now, these people are going to force Kevin Hart down your throat. Worse than anything you've ever seen. So this roast, which was set up to look like a roast, is really a rebranding of Kevin Hart. As you can see, doing that whole blast on the mic that he was doing. He was going back to the old Kev, having a good time. Nobody had a problem with it. Thought it was one of the best roasts they've had in a long time, even though it was 2.5 hours long. Now, on top of all of that, oh yes, Kevin Hart went out to mend all beefs. Anybody got a beef with Kevin Hart, he's trying to mend all of it. They can't have him out here with this new deal, and Kevin's out here beefing with everybody, or people beefing with him. Oh no. Kevin Hart wants nothing but peace. Now, who does these deals normally hurt? They hurt your children. They hurt your family. That's right. Your family is going to be hurt by you signing away your name. Signing away your name is only good while you're alive. The Muhammad Ali name and estate and likeness, all of the things that Muhammad Ali has done in his life, now that he's deceased, all of that attention, all of that marketing, that percentage to the estate goes to those people that bought his name. And they bought it for $50 million. Ask Layla Ali. That's right. Layla Ali was in a trademark fight because her name is Layla Ali, and that's her name, and she can't even market it. Anything that had Ali attached to it, she had to get taken off, and they were suing her because of the name Ali. And Layla Ali is her name, so she's fighting. She was spending money, going to court, fighting to get that removed, because even though that's her father, Prince owned his own name, except for he had to get it back because his name and title rights was signed away in his Warner Brothers deal. So he had to wait until the contract reverted his name back to himself. Now, when people start all this nonsense, right? Go debate, go talk, who to go, who to become famous and do what they got to do to keep everything so ambiguous. But these people got families. They've just taken care of themselves. They got to take care of their aunties. They got to take care of their brothers. Not to mention, extravagant lifestyles. So now that you got an extravagant lifestyle, all of this to cater to and take care of, right? They play a dirty game with you. So, do you think Kev will be able to buy his name back? No. But what he did was negotiate himself a better percentage and saying, okay, you owe my name, but I get a percentage of it. But that's just for now. What does that mean, good people? Oh, you shall find out. Because of said deal, Kevin Hart would be one of the top grossing actors / comedians in the world. See, when The Rock went into Hollywood, he had no money. He had no backing. He had nobody in the film industry that would really give him a shot. So he was only known as The Rock. But who owns the name The Rock? Let me help you out. A guy that goes by the name Vincent J. McMahon. So Vince McMahon owned the name The Rock. So Vince McMahon was getting the majority of the money for these movies that The Rock was doing. Because he was known as The Rock. So Vince McMahon was eating off these movies. Most of them he produced himself. So, when The Rock felt he was big enough, or got to where he was tired of Vince eating off of him, he had to cut away from Vince. And he became Dwayne The Rock Johnson. That was a fight for the name too. But because Nia Long didn't want to play ball, Lionsgate decided to put up a gate and block her and pay her one of the lowest salaries ever to play Michael Jackson's mother for the movie Michael. Now that they talking about doing a sequel, of course, she wants a raise. That's equal fair pay. She had no idea that her pay was almost 50% lower than what the men got. She couldn't believe it. Well, she better believe it now. Because now she's going to really go through with the lawsuit. But it shows you the dark game that they play in Hollywood to keep you all distracted. Yes, they stay doing that. But this rotisserie chicken is good. So let this settle in for a moment. I looked into Regina Hall, so I wouldn't know. But it wouldn't surprise me if she did. But we'll talk about that at a later date. And don't forget to go to my Patreon, which is Carcino for Life. And I'm out.